This video kind of walks through some things you can do with an activity on rainforests. And the data that's collected in this activity is the rainfall amounts for the 17 top largest rainforests in the world. And so there's a data table that lists those 17 and then what type of rainforest they are and how much rainfall in inches average there is in each rainforest. And so students can, start thinking about rainforests just from this one particular characteristic, which is rainfall. But this is a starting point activity because once you have that, what other things could you explore? So maybe you could find their area, and does area determine how much rain, or what does make that rain? So lots of things you could explore, what kind of plants exist, those types of things. But this is a starting point activity. And so it starts with showing where the rainforests are in the world, and you'll see that rainforests are just a small portion, so that's something interesting. What surface area of the world is rainforest? How could you find that out? What's that calculation? Lots of things you could explore just even from looking at this image. It does describe the different types of rainforest. So a temperate rainforest is further from the equator and has 2 seasons. Those types of things. Tropical, close to the equator, and they're hot and they're moist and they're always raining all year long. And so then it talks about, here's the 17 largest, and it gives you the link where this source came from, so they can even go find out more about each one. And we've indicated which of them are the tropical and which one are the temperate. So you'll notice there's a lot less temperate. And so does that impact the amount of rainfall? So things like that. So the first thing they're asked to do is just to look at the data. What are some things that they notice and wonder? So if they're looking at the data, and just one thing I'm noticing is that the temperate, which are the ones that have less rain, not less rain, but they have coastal fog and moisture, and they have rainy season and dry seasons, they actually have more rainfall amounts if we compare them to the tropicals. So why is that? And what are kind of the plants? And is it because the rain all falls in one big amount during the rainy season, but then it's dry the rest of the season? So interesting things that I might notice. And what do I wonder? So first thing they do is notice and wonder, and then use some of their wonderings to then try to figure something out. So they can come up with lots of different things. Every student could do something different. What I want to show you is how they could use just this data that's given to do some comparison. So let's say they just want to do a comparison of the rainfall amounts. And so when I click them, we come up with I click that column on rainfall, and I come up with a ability. I could do calculations. I could do the one variable statistics, right? So I could come here and do my statistics, and I'm going to see, the average rainfall is 118. There's what's the median, what's the quartile, all of these things. I could also do the same thing and actually get a visual of this. So lots of things they could decide to explore. So like which one of these might make sense if I'm looking at just rainfall amounts, maybe a histogram. And so we're going to look at the histogram of this. And these are the rainfall amounts, right? So there's 3, not very many have really high rainfall amount. I could even then go look at this data, and maybe I just want to look at the temperate ones compared to so maybe I just want to do the temp ones and pull them out. So I could make a second column, and so now just compare the temperate ones and what's their median quartile. Maybe I want to do a box and whisker this time. And now I can just look at the temp ones and see if we want to do a box and whisker this time. So it's going to do a box and whisker on the same chart here as this one. And notice that it's very condensed. So all the temperate ones are definitely in the higher rainfall, which is super interesting compared to tropical, because I know that I thought the difference. So students can explore whatever they want, lots of different ways. And then you'll notice that the last question is, what other information could you collect on the rainforest to help you compare them? So they could go out and find the area of each and compare that to the rainfall, or compare that to the other, which one's the largest, which one, how much larger, those types of things. Where are they located? So lots of things. This is just an activity that's sort of a starting point for exploring rainforests and doing some interesting data collection and comparison.